And I feel like this actually is, the Ten of Pentacles is the core of the reading for you in August. Oh, okay. Let's see. August will not be without adversity for you guys. I'm pretty sure I said that the wrong way. We do have the Three of Swords here, and I'm not sure that in this case it means necessarily the, heart being stabbed with the Three of Swords as it usually does in, well, at least the Rider-Waite. It feels like in this case, a crossroads that hurts. A crossroads you don't necessarily want to come to, a crossroads that hurts. And not just in you not being able to see which road to take, or you not being able to decide which road to take, but it might also be just 3 people, 3 situations, 3 job offers. Maybe you are standing on that crossroads and it's just 2 different job offers and both of them are really good, but to take one would mean throwing away something amazing about the other, and vice versa. So this is what that Three of Swords feels like. And these guys are kind of, these guys are kind of connected that way. The Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords. This is what I mean to say, that you're not going to be without adversity. And I'm not sure what this, I'm going to probably pull a clarifier for her. Well, what else do we have before I pay attention to this particular card? We have new beginnings, and this is why I think this is a bit of a crossroads situation, because I think July was for a lot of you guys a sort of not just emotional but like physical cleansing time. You got to, I feel like a lot of you guys got to rediscover something about yourselves, or reimagine who you are as people. And congratulations, you found yourself. Yay. And there's a certain victory lap aspect about it. There is also the feeling of a new beginning, and okay. So I see the connection here. A lot of you guys rediscovered who you are, reimagined who you are, and that's amazing, and you get to have a victory lap because of that. And you get to focus on things that matter to you the most. But it feels like for some of you that rediscovery means that there's still more to do ahead. There's still something a little bit of a painful crossroads that I'm talking about, or a painful decision to make. But it is still a crossroads in that way that it's a road you have not taken before. With that Fool. And with that fact that you're still not out of the woods, and it feels like this is a crossroads in like a dense woods yet. So you still have to make that decision, and I think that's going to be the most, it's not going to be a comfortable decision. But you have to make it, and you are able to make it. And I feel like don't be afraid to accept help from others as well in this. And even though maybe you will have to decide whose hand you take, whose help you accept, whose perhaps direction you go to, whatever, English. The road will still be there's not really a wrong decision to make. Whatever decision you have to make, there's not a wrong decision to make. I think for most of you guys, there's not a wrong decision to make. It's not a comfortable decision though. Either way, it's not a comfortable decision. But you can definitely take strength in the people around you, the solid things of this earth, your family, I think especially, your ties, your friends, the people around you, the world, the material world you've been built around yourself. That's where you can find the support, the strength needed, and that's where you're going to find the help from others. And that's where you're going to find yourself as well, in a way. The Emperor is your card. I'm slowly learning about astrology connected to tarot cards. Look, I'm progressing, guys. It might be not the most comfortable situation you guys are in, and not the most comfortable decision. But in the previous month, you got to find yourself again. You got to rediscover yourself again. You got to rediscover your roots. You got to figure out what's actually important to you. And, you know, that you are also important to yourself. And that's going to be your sticking point for August. I do have this Queen of Swords, and I don't know what she's about though. She feels like something else about this. She feels like something else. Let's see, can I get a clarifier? Oh. Okay. That was a weird feeling. Okay. The Queen of Swords got the Nine of Chalices, so, One way this feels like is somebody in your life who is more of the Queen of Swords type of a person. It might be a parent figure. It feels like it might be a parent figure, or it might be just an older, more experienced, more intelligent, I would say most feminine, but gender really doesn't matter for this one. But somebody who helps you get to your life's wish. Or, okay, there we go. That's the thing that it feels like. It's a shitty crossroads, and somebody's gonna be there for you. Like with Six of Pentacles, somebody's going to be there for you, but they're not going to be too kind about telling you that the decision you have to make, and whichever decision you'll make, will lead you to the Nine of Chalices, but she won't be the kindest about bringing this news to you. So don't... English is complicated today, I guess. She's not out for your head. She's not out for your head. She's just the way it is. She might be one of the more direct, sharper people you know, and so whatever she says with a little bit of a bite. That's not the point, though. She might say to you extremely directly, possibly even make you realize that the situation you're in is a Three of Swords situation, and not the most kindest way, but she will bring you face to face with that fact. But something, she brings you to the face of that fact. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. That's what that feels like. She knows better than you do, it feels like, what you need to do to get to your life's wish. Or she has a much better idea. No, she just knows better than you do. I think, like, you know, in certain times, I think we as people have like, okay, I have a goal of get to this place in my life, and these are the things I imagine I need to do to get there. But then somebody comes along who just knows better, who has most probably already been there before, where you are right now. Somebody more experienced, somebody possibly more mature who has been there before you, and who's not too kind about telling you that they know better, but they know better, and they'll tell you that possibly you're not exactly on the best path forward, or that something will need to be given up to get to this place. It'll be worth it, but something will need to be given up. And not always the Six of Pentacles looks extremely kind and extremely benevolent and just in the most, it's not always heartwarming, it's not always pleasant, warm, lovely, anything. Sometimes Six of Pentacles looks like the Queen of Swords, and do not discount good advice or good help given to you just because it's given to you by a person you might not necessarily like. Or you might not necessarily think that they're the best person as, as their moral values or their general behavior or their previous encounters with you. But don't discount their input just because they might be a bit of a dick about it. Good thing I'm not monetized yet. Okay. What kind of an oracle card do I want to get you guys? I want an angel. Let's see. Aries, August. Whoa! Okay, well, a bunch of cards fell, but one card fell on the ground, and if I can find it, that's going to be yours. Give me a second. If I can find it. Okay. Hey, I'm back. That fell a ways. The ground. Spirituality. Get her. Your guides, your teachers, the people who teach you, who let you grow, who let you evolve, they don't always look, and they almost never look the way you imagined them to look. That's what this card feels like. Because wisdom comes in many ways. Wisdom looks like many different things. But don't discount, this is the same card. It wants me to say the same thing. Don't discount advice just because or teachings or whatever it is, just because it comes from a person you don't imagine to be like a teacher figure or somebody who knows better or somebody who is a better person. The person who might give you your big spiritual lessons might just be a Queen of Swords. Ain't nothing wrong about that. The Queen of Swords has, experience as well. Maybe not the kindest experience, and maybe she's not exactly the Queen of Cups, or she's not the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Wands, but she has her own particular thing. Everybody's different, and everybody has... I think everybody in this universe has lessons to impart on others. Bigger or smaller, everybody can teach everyone about something. Even the Queen of Swords, and she can be very wise. She can be very not nice about the lessons, but she can be very wise. And she can be the one who actually brings you to where you need to be. To this place. Yeah, I lifted up this card and it caught on the corner of this and just flipped it over. So not like, reverse. I mean, like it flipped it over, so it's closed. Once you're gonna get to here and you're gonna get to there, like the path you're gonna take is gonna be the right path. You're gonna be good. But once you're gonna get here, you're gonna forget all about the fact that maybe the decision was hard to make. The decision is only hard to make right now. Once it's gonna, time heals all wounds, but there's not gonna be a wound. It's just something you're agonizing over right now is gonna seem like the most... It might seem like it's still, it was a difficult decision, but in this case it feels like once you're at the good place, once you're at the actual good place, I'm not referencing the TV series, once you're here, this is gonna seem like peanuts. That's an expression, right?